Good afternoon, whenever you're listening. Today is the episode 180-2 of the Wealthy LaLa Show with myself, Laurie Larson. So I got to tell you, honestly, last night we had the boys over. Our two grandsons were over for a couple hours while their mom was doing somebody's nails. And it was so fun. Our oldest grandson, the one who's just over 3, he's like 3 and 1 month, actually, tomorrow. He starts going around saying, I have a secret. I have a secret. And his face, it was so adorable. Oh, God. It was like so heart melting. Oh, man, I tell you, I just feel so incredibly blessed to have these littles in my life. Like they like reignite, if you're a person who's not into kids, that's totally cool. But if you're a person, like you can find it in pets too. But don't you love like their innocence, their playfulness, their individuality, It was so funny. We let him play with the iPad when he's over. He has this really smart way of coming to us and saying, "Oh, LaLa, can I watch tractors on the iPad?" And he asks so sweetly that it's so hard to say no. I have to remember every once in a while that I have to be an adult in this process. So, he definitely gets to play on it maybe a little bit more than if he was around his parents, because that's what happens at LaLa's house. And at the same time, it is really fun to play and interact with him. And oh gosh, yeah, he was just so fun. But when he was playing on the iPad and my hubby had come home, and I'm like, Parker, Grandpa's home. Grandpa's home with a big truck. Do you want to come see? And he was like, no. And usually he always wants to see Grandpa, but he'd only got there 5 minutes before. So it was like fresh on the iPad time, right? Anyways, I did get him off it, and we went outside and waved to Grandpa, and then got to blow the horn in Grandpa's truck and stuff like that. So, oh man, it's just so cool. I feel so incredibly blessed. So yeah, I just do. And so I told you guys that I was going to this Dr. Joe Dispenza workshop, and I leave in, okay, I'll tell you. I got a countdown app on my phone right now. I have to open the app to find out when it is. But till the time I fly, which is the day before the workshop starts, is 15 days, 21 hours, 9 minutes, and 30 seconds. I could sit here and count it down for you. Not that I'm overly excited about it or anything. But anyways, one of the things that we were asked to do in preparation for the workshop is, because Dr. Joe's really big on finding tools and things that will help us create our future faster, okay? And so he actually, with our registration, funny thing is I'd actually purchased it beforehand, so I had it already. But with your registration, and when you pay to go to this advanced workshop of his, you actually get this program called Mind Movies for like as a complimentary thing within the purchase price. You can actually get it, I think it's $99 US for it. And I've had it for like over a year. But do you think I'd use it? No, I didn't use it because I didn't really get the value in it. Well, I do now already. So I started, what was it, last Friday? So a week ago, I finally sat down and figured out how to move pictures from iCloud, get them onto my phone or onto my computer. Now, I don't know if you guys know this, but most iPhones put phones in .heic instead of .jnp or JPG, whatever the other one is. And so when you actually send them over to your computer and then send them into the Mind Movies program, some of them don't go over, or they don't show clearly or whatever because they're in this HEIC thing. Anyway, so I had to figure out that. And then just even the program itself. Now, it's really easy if you want me to show it to you. Well, when you don't know it, you don't know it. so there's transitions, how you want. And so what a mind movie is essentially is it's basically like a PowerPoint is what it is. So you put music with it, you have pictures, and then you put different affirmations on your pictures. And excuse me, the fun thing is, well, little did I know that as I was making it and then remaking it and then remaking it and then remaking it and remaking it, or, I'd start off with 1, 2, 3, I'd make 3 pictures and then I would preview it. And then I would start another one and I would preview another one. Well, as I'm watching these each time, I'm actually literally getting almost like implanted. So that's one thing that they know about, like the advertisers know, is that when we actually watch commercials, and Dr. Joe has actually talked about this, where he doesn't watch TV. Number one, I think he's just way too busy too anyways, but he gets the programming that we are programmed to. And I think I even talked about this on one other show, where kids that seen commercials with cool toys, okay, would choose a mean kid and the cool toy to play with over nice kids that didn't have the toy. Like, that's how powerful this programming is. So anyways, so what he's doing is he's taking this programming and having programming that works for you. So that's what this mind movie is. So when we go to the workshop, we're asked to have a mind movie of, like, say, 2 minutes to 4 minutes kind of thing in length, with the song, pictures, and affirmation. And so I made mine up on Friday. And then throughout the week, I had a girlfriend who went and made one. And then I watched hers, and then I was like, oh, I like those ideas. Oh, I like the sense of that. So then I would go back and I'd look at mine and I would change a few things and then look at it like another 4 or 5, 10 times. Then last night again, I even adjusted some more. I got the awareness of other things. I was listening to Dr. Joe and these videos that we also need to watch, or we're asked to watch prior to going, because then we have the information that everybody has the same starting point. So it's kind of like a new language, how he talks about things, and he wants you to be comfortable with the new language that he's talking about, so that when he brings up new things about the quantum field and about epigenetics, and talks about how the quantum field responds not to what we want, it responds to who we're being. Like, so we have more of an understanding that how our thoughts create our reality. And so there's watching these videos, and as I was watching these videos, there was a few things that he said that was like, that blew my mind. One of them was, the unknown has never let me down. That's what he said. He said, the unknown has never let me down. Now, I'm not going to lie, people. That is something that even 2 weeks ago that I don't want that. I like, that's uncomfortable. Now, whatever's changed in my world already, I'm like totally willing to have that. I'm willing to have the unknown and have it never let me down. And that unknown is our intuition. That's those thoughts that pop into our head, the awarenesses that come to us that say, hey, go here. Hey, call this person. Hey, meditate. Hey, phone this person about a job or whatever. Like those things are, hey, turn left at this road. Don't go that way. Go this way. And those little things like that. So that's the kind of thing that he's talking about, that's the unknown that's never let him down. So I put that affirmation into my mind movie. And what is so interesting is that over the course already of just watching this mind movie, having the music with it, and my music says, I love my life. And I'm like, yeah, because I didn't feel that before, and I want to feel that. And I love the music, because the music begins to lift you up and entrain you to a different energy too. And do you know something he talked about? And I know I've talked about this before, but maybe in different ways, is that he's 70% of the day we're actually in stress. we're having stressful thoughts, we're choosing stressful things, we're repeating stressful thoughts. He said the majority of the thoughts that we had yesterday, we think them again today. So we literally have to stop that and like choose something different in order to create something different. And you know, that made me think of like the other night when I told you guys on my podcast that I'd gotten up in the night over something that had upset me. And I realized that like I wasn't sharing the story with you because it involved other people. And then actually what I realized this morning when I thought about it is I didn't share the story because it wasn't relevant of the other people in the story. Like, it's interesting. We will take a story, like we'll have something trigger us. We'll think it's about that person, that situation. But actually, when you actually sit with it, investigate it, take care of yourself, you'll actually discover, and I know I did talk about this, that it's something different. And when you change it within yourself, all of a sudden that outside situation doesn't bother you anymore, which is exactly what's true for me. Now, what's interesting is with watching this mind movie, I woke up at 4 o'clock this morning and was overcome with guilt with things I chose with one of my kids when they were little. You know, things that I didn't know any better on how to handle, how to do, and I chose what I chose, and yeah, it kind of sucked. Like when I woke up at 4 in the morning, I was pretty it was not feeling fun. So I got up and I went to the computer and I did some EMDR that I've talked to you guys about before. I did some tapping. And I even did this thing called Hapona Ono Ono, which if you Google that, just kind of try to half-ass spell it. It's, I think, by this Dr. Hugh Len. But what you do is with people in your life, especially people that have wronged you or people that you've wronged or something, is you say, over and over in your head again, you think of that person and you say, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, and I love you. And you say that over and over and over again. So this Dr. Hugh Len, who discovered this, actually was working in a psychiatric or you know, a mental health institution or something years ago. And he took every patient that was in that building and he did that to them. He took their file and he sat there and he did it to each person, and ended up that, if I remember this correctly, everybody then got discharged over time. So, and this is something I heard Dr. Joe say in his in these videos that I was watching the other day, that he said you have to, like, you literally have to start to rewrite how you think about things. So if you've got someone that you've habitually been angry about in your life, you have to start to make yourself get to that place where you're going to forgive them. And you're just going to choose it. And then ask the universe, though, to have your back and show you what you need to know about it. Show you, to give you some ease with, you know, creating that in your world. And I like to ask Truth, is this available for me? Like, Truth, is forgiveness towards this person available to me? Because forgiveness is never about the other person. It's always about freeing yourself. And, you know, there's a couple of people in my life that I could do this with, and I have started. And it's like, I'm sorry, please forgive me. Or, oh, how did they reverse it? This one woman said she reversed it. I'm sorry, I forgive you. Thank you, and I love you. I'm sorry, I forgive you. Thank you, and I love you. And so you can change the wording. Instead of, I'm sorry, please forgive me, you can say, I'm sorry, I forgive you. Thank you, and I love you. So you can change it to that. And just, you have to choose to change the energy in your world if you want to choose to change a greater future. Okay? And you actually have to look at the fact you want to create a greater future. Because many of us don't, because that in itself is threatening. Okay? What would it mean to you if you had a greater life? Would you be able to receive the people that judged you? You know, like there's this one guy in Edmonton, Alberta that just came forward and he won $60 million on Lotto 649. He won it last year and he just came forward like 10 months later. He wanted to think about it first. Like, really, would you truly receive $60 million if it was plopped into your lap today? Like, would you really be able to let yourself receive it? Would you be able to handle the judgment, the endless requests? Would you be able to handle just whatever else that comes with it? Because you realize your life would never be the same. And so if you really can't or don't really want to have that, like, really be honest with yourself and go, you know what, I think 1 million would be good. Just let yourself have whatever you're going to have. So anyways, what I've noticed with this mind movie and everything is that by rewatching it and reprogramming my mind and looking at the fun things that I desire to have and the endless energy and my heart being open and there's a few other, oh God, there's quite a few on there. I am already noticing, I'm seeing evidence only a week after doing this mind movie that things are changing in my life. And it is meaning too that I'm needing to be a bit uncomfortable. Well, I am uncomfortable and I choose beyond it and choose into it, which is something I didn't always have the courage to before. It would depend on the situation, right? Depending on how vulnerable we have to get. So anyways, you guys, whatever way works for you to be able to get yourself in the energy of the future you'd like to create, oh, please, like Nike says, just do it. And I don't even like to say that because I don't like anybody to be pushy to anybody to not do what you're not ready to. But I'd love to encourage you, invite you that if that's what you would like to have, let yourself play with something different and, go to Mind Movies. I think it's mindmovies.com and, maybe get that for yourself and see if it'll work. So anyways, or do a PowerPoint presentation. You don't even have to buy their stuff, but you guys have an amazing day. Have an amazing weekend. It is a long weekend here in Alberta for us. Not that it matters to me because I'm technically kind of retired. I'm not retired from life. I'm just not currently working. So, and for those of you that are, have a wonderful weekend. And thanks again so much for listening. Bye.